Assalamualaikum and greetings to Prof. Hisham. My name is JUWARIAH Muhammad Yusuf, and now I will present my research project, which is effect of global temperature increases on biotic environment in biosphere. So this is the table of content. This study will begin with a brief explanation about climate change, global temperature, and also the effect on animals and plants. The procedure of this research starts with organize and understand the flow of the project, construct the basic things to do a research, such as objective, problem statement, hypothesis, and so on. Then the study was continued with literature review and research methodology. In research methodology, the researcher identified the existing data, evaluate and then analyze the data selected. From this method, the final result will be generated. For the problem statement, the plants and animals play a very important role in the world because humans depend on natural resources. Nowadays, as we know, most of flora and fauna have been extinct and also threatened extinction whether they are living on the land or in the ocean. Extinction happens due to high global temperature and also environmental factors. How high global temperature occurred? Irresponsible human activities are one of the factors in increasing global temperature, such as agriculture, deforestation, and fossil fuel combustion. So what should we do as a responsible human? So the people should start to save the world before it gets worse. The Earth needs to achieve a normal global temperature so that all living things can live better and then can prevent the flora and fauna from extinction. Next, the aim of this research is to review the global temperature and its impact on biotic environment in biosphere. The hypothesis is the global temperature affect biotic environment. If the global temperature increase, then the rate of biosphere extinction will be increased. The question is how does climate change influence biotic environment in biosphere? What is the effect of global temperature increases on biotic environment in biosphere? And last, how a normal global temperature can be achieved? The objectives of the research are to clarify how climate change influenced by the environment in biosphere over years, and then to identify the impact of climate change increases on biotic environment in biosphere. Last, to find out the ways to achieve a normal global temperature. Um, for the literature review, climate change. Various activities may contribute to global climate change. Temperatures will rise significantly as a result of climate change. As the earth gets warmer, plants and animals that need to live in cold places, like on mountain tops, might not have a suitable place to live. If the earth getting warmer, some of the plants and animals on Earth could become extinct due to difficult to survive. Biotic environment consists of all living things in an ecosystem. These living components called biotic factor. Plants and animals also depend on each other for life, so losing one species can affect many others. Effect on biotic environment. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change 2001, if global average temperatures rise by more than 1.5 until 2.5 degrees Celsius, approximately 20 until 30% of plants and animal species at risk of extinction. If the planet warms by more than 2 degrees Celsius, most living things will struggle. Um, Aquatic life will also be affected due to the overheating water temperature. This is because plankton can only live in an average to 20,000 to 30 degrees Celsius environment for the equatorial climate. Global temperature. Um, the first decade of the 21st century saw the most warming, with world average temperatures rising by 0.51 degrees Celsius compared to 1951 until 1980. Um, Based on the book by Breeze 2017, around 90% of the causes of global warming are carbon dioxide emission from the burning of fossil fuels that have been carried out since the middle of the 18th century. The Earth needs to achieve a normal global temperature so that all living things can live better. Fossil fuel often by often used by humans must be replaced by using biofuel like ethanol or biodiesel, using alternative energy resource and use fossil fuel more efficiently to preserve nature. Existing data has been applied in this research methodology. In this methodology, we will find data about global temperature, the effect on flora and fauna. Mm. And then in this methodology, firstly, the data has been searched related to the topic of this research. Together and select the data, it has been identified first. Second, the data has been evaluated in more details, whether it's suit for this research or not. And then after observing the data, this study was continued by making analysis with the data until obtaining the final result. The advantages of this method is, as a student, first, the costs are not exist since the data has been reviewed by past researchers. Second, can save the time. So the student just can get the data from many sources such as books, journal, website, newspaper, and published sources. So the first criteria to select the data is, of course, trusted data. And then the obstacle that I have been faced in this project is when selecting and analyzing the data. Since the data in the internet or any sources are too many and do not know which one is the accurate one. And how I overcome this obstacle is read the sources carefully and try to relate it with the main purpose. So the result is um, the data is about global temperature from 1815 until 2020. As we can see here, the temperature is increased year by year. Um, I have listed the temperature levels in the last of 10 years from the graph above. So the highest temperature was in year 2016, which is 1.29 plus minus 0.05 degrees Celsius. Um, This data is about the number of endangered species because of high temperature. We can see here the number of endangered species increasing year by year, um, and the highest endangered species was in 2019. Um, so this is some of endangered plants, and I think everybody know that rafflesia flower is rare to find now. It also because of environmental factors. For the conclusion is, this research aimed to identify the temperature increasing causes and its effect on Biotic environment in biosphere. Based on existing data analysis, the study can conclude that the height of temperature affect Biotic environment. Next, when environmental temperature increasing, it will adversely affect the animals and plants besides threatening their lives and become extinct. Furthermore, the flora and fauna can be saved if the humans come together and do everything they can do to lower carbon emissions and replace carbon sink. From this way, the Earth can slowly achieve a normal global temperature. This research clearly explains the causes of global temperature increasing and its effect on Biotic environment in biosphere. The new knowledge that this project has been contributed in this study is the researcher has tried to explain and solve the problem statement. And last, to better understand on this topic, future study could make more details in methodology for a better result. So this is my references. I'm I think that's all from me. Thank you.